Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you are loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my esteemed subscribers. You are loved, celebrated, and appreciated. So, Nigeria changes her national anthem. Anyway, that was the initial anthem, okay, and they just decided that they would have to return back to what they were using from 1960 through 1977, if I'm not mistaken, okay, and people have their opinions about this. Now, what do I think? I feel that a lot of people are beginning to wake up to this truth. So it's not just people like us again that know these things. A lot of eyes are beginning to be opened to the reasons why our leaders do most of the things that they do. Now, what is wrong with what we had? Why changing the national anthem to what was changed before? Like initially, what the government is now saying that people should use is what was used before. And there was a reason why that was changed. And now you felt like, okay, let's go back to that thing we are using before. I don't know whether, are we growing, are we going forward, or we are returning backward? Are we cutting ourselves from the hold of colonial masters, colonialism and what have you, or we are using our hand to roll the chain around us and then closing the padlock with our hand? Which one are we? That is a question I keep asking. And a lot of people are beginning to ask this question now. The previous Nigerian anthem, the national anthem that was changed to what we had today, that is now changed back to what was used before, who composed it? This is a question that comes to mind. Who composed that anthem and why was it changed? Okay, it was changed because there was agitation for this. Wasn't something that is coming from one of us. Okay, now the national anthem, the old one that is now becoming the new one, was composed by Lillian Jean William, a British woman. Okay, she was the one that composed that national anthem. In as much as there are words there that are beautiful and everything, this is not coming from an African soul. Mind you, an anthem is just like, you know that kind of feelings you have when your national anthem is being sung. So it has to be from someone who has the DNA of the land. See, our leaders, I don't know what is wrong with our leaders. I don't know, I don't get it. In the midst of all what Nigeria is going through, Nigerians are crying, life is becoming difficult by day. There are lots of things to divert attention to. Why the national anthem? And I keep saying it. The moment they begin to divert your attention with things that are less important, know that something is going on underneath. We heard that of Kenya, right? How, what's his name? Ruto went and even sat on the chair of the Oga and was smiling all through. That is the plan they have for that angle. They know why they are doing that. Now, when they want to capture the giants of the continent, what do you think they can do best? When they want to capture the giants of the continent, they want to capture a significant angle, what do you think they will do? They'll confuse you. Okay? They will divert your attention to something else. So as people are busy with, why are you changing national anthem? What is wrong with the one we have been using? The one that you are bringing now is not a Nigerian that wrote, that composed it. Why are you giving us what is not from our own person? They are actualizing their dreams of establishing whatever it is that they are establishing underneath. There's a lot of ties. When I talk about the ties that Kenya have with the American government, now you talk about the ties that Nigeria have with British government. Okay? And these are the same body. These are the same body. Why on earth would a sovereign nation decide to drop their own national anthem that's their own person composed and return back to the one that a colonial master composed for them. Someone will say, I'm going to take you to the plight of people, what people are saying. We are going to go there soon, but like someone said, you know, Nigerians are beginning to wake up. You turn here, you see burning of Bibles. You turn here, you see people saying, no, today, I'm not becoming a Muslim again. I'm tired of it, the lies. You turn there, people are saying, we are returning back to our roots. There is a lot of awakening going on in Nigeria as it is. That's for a fact. A lot of awakening. Many people are waking up and many are still sleeping. So that doesn't rule out the fact that many are still sleeping. But a good number are waking up. And there are a lot of things now they don't overlook. So there have been a lot of, okay, this is what we sing, arise, O compatriot, okay? And then it goes further to say that the labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. And this is the same anthem that Jagaban is dropping and carrying, the one that they are singing as if they are in a choir. The British cathedral, singing hymns. Jagaban feel like that one is better than the one that we are telling ourselves that the heroes of our the labors of our heroes past will never be in vain. People are beginning to say, okay, our heroes in the past did this so that we can have what we have. Why are we trying to throw back what they have done to destroy their efforts? We have to look forward. We have to do this. And now the government is saying, no, that labor of the heroes past have to be in vain so that they can keep, you know, worshipping their puppet leaders. This is quite unfortunate, Your Majesties. And a lot of Nigerians are saying something about this, and I want you to listen to this.
Remember when I told you guys to not forgive and forget? Just watch this video of the national anthem that they've changed. They've given us a soulless anthem, a soulless anthem that was not it wasn't composed by us. Okay, they've given us a soulless anthem to re-sing in when our anthem says, "Arise, O compatriots." They know that right now a revolution is coming, and the anthem, the very anthem that we have, fuels it. Your president has changed it into a soulless anthem. I know in past videos I told you that this is not the time to be forgiving and forgetting. Get your notepad. Get your notepad and be writing down these sins. Because these are sins against humanity. This is a sin against you and me. Write them down so that you look at them and say, okay, instead of these guys putting 90 billion naira for education, they are giving 90 billion to subsidize Hajj. Let's not quarrel too much. Enjoy the video and enjoy the new anthem.
For a fact, because there is no fire in this anthem. Okay? What this anthem is giving is forgiveness. Fake hope. Fake hope, oh. That's what this anthem is giving. But the previous anthem tells you that your ancestors in the past gave up their life to protect the land, and so their labor should not be in vain. That is, you have to revenge. When you sit down and analyze that anthem very well, you have to work hard and revenge. But now, they saw that the fire is beginning to rise in Africa. And how do they control people? By using the same puppet leaders to implement laws and rules like this that will keep taming people. This anthem is to tame the Nigerians that are beginning to open their eyes. You see the way they sang it? Giving fake hope, vain hope, and everything. So you sit down, the way the thing is sweet, you be nodding your head like this, you are there, your birthright is being taken away every day. You are there and you are dancing to it and you are calming your mind, cooling your temper. What belongs to you will be given out and you are seated listening to Anthem like this. Your Majesties, this is a soulless anthem. And it doesn't even acknowledge what our past ancestors put in place. It doesn't even acknowledge the heroes of our past land, Your Majesties. It doesn't acknowledge the labor of our heroes, of our ancestors that have gone before us. So they want to preach forgiveness and forgetting. What did I say here about forgetting and forgiving? They know that Africans are opening their eyes now. They will retaliate. Okay? Sooner than later, our cable lands will come back, fighting back. And how do they tame Africans? They have to tame us with some of these things that they are implementing through our puppet leaders. It is quite unfortunate that a nation like Nigeria do not know what their priority should be, because they are still being controlled by the British government. Like I tell you, these people have divided the motherland like bread. America have come out openly that they are the owner of Kenya. And Britain is also coming out openly that they are the owner of Nigeria. When that British warship was in Nigeria, what did I say? There was a video I made. You see, most of you don't see far. You tend to talk. Most of you tend to talk because you feel okay, you have idea of politics. How will Abigail say that the British warship in Nigeria is in Nigeria because they are aligning, Nigerians is aligning with the British government? Do you think that the British government are so stupid to come out openly and carry out their transaction? Why do you think they won't do that? Because one, Nigeria has the population. Second, Nigeria have intellectual people. So they are going to come in a very cunning way. They have showed in every circumstances that they are the ones that are controlling our leaders. Okay? And when we say the British government, the American government will be involved because America is their first son. These people are still controlling us through our leaders. The presence of that warship on the shores of Africa shows that they are the ones that are still superior. How can you send your warship to a sovereign nation? That shows that you are reminding them, we are your fathers. We are your owners. No, fathers is even very lenient. We are your owners. We are your masters. So don't overdo. We are watching you. That was the significance of that warship that was on the shores of Nigeria. A lot of you took it for granted. A lot of you felt like, what does a woman know about politics? You left comment here now. It was here. Your Majesties, I remember vividly, it was last year. We're talking about that here. And this year, the anthem has been changed back to what a British woman composed. We are still slaves. However you look at it, if you feel like we have leaders, we have presidents, we have the one who is in charge of this, we have sovereignty, we are slaves. This is a painful reality. They are reminding us. Look at the happenings around the continent. Just look at what is going on. We are still slaves to these people. The painful truth. And how do we cut out? Unless we become like the Sahel leaders, or unless we become like the Sahelians, we will never be free. Okay? It's only the countries in the Sahel right now that can boastfully say that they are no more slaves. Because they have leaders they love, they have leaders they want, they have leaders they can work with. Look at their economy. See how the economy of the Sahel countries bounced back after they kicked out Europe and America. And they tell you can't do it alone. Oh, if you kick these people out, you can't do it alone. You need to put these people in so that you can succeed. Oh, Majesties. Like, we keep accepting these things and we think that, oh, that's how it should be. Oh my goodness, Your Majesties. Like, there's a lot going on, and it's unfortunate that Ooh, we are not ready, okay? We are not ready. If sovereign nations in the motherland are scared of what the Sahel, look at the Sahel now. The Sahel are regarded as poor countries. The poorest countries in the continent is the Sahel countries. Okay? And this is the same countries that stood up for themselves. And that's why I keep saying that the stone that the builder rejects becoming the cornerstone. We never expected that what happened in the Sahel will happen. And the wind of change started there. And their economy bounced back within months after kicking out France, after kicking out America, after kicking out the other, military bodies that are present there. They bounced back. In short, when the French army were leaving, they left with annoyance. You saw how they were destroying those hillocks, those cars, and they claimed that that is their protocol. When they are leaving a place, they have to destroy the cars. Is it not out of annoyance? Oh, you asked us to leave your country. Come on, we will see how you survive. These beautiful hillocks were destroyed by the French army because they don't want to leave anything for the Burkinabes to use. They want to say, okay, shall you kick us out? Let's see how you survive. You know, that kind of a thing. Let's see if you can survive without us. But the Sahel bounced back. Burkina Faso bounced back. We are still slaves. Your Majesties, we are slaves. Whether you accept it or leave it, we are still slaves. And how do we cut out from being slaves? We have to emulate the Sahel. What the Sahel did, that's all we have to do. But it's quite unfortunate that it might not happen soon. So leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section, Your Majesties, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.